concept of fake it till you make it is going to drain you all the way. It'll drain you way more than it is if you really had it or you needed to make it. Because what you're really doing is cheating the game. You can cheat the game a little bit. Let me give you an example. You don't want to go to the gym. You want to sign up for this Ozempic. You want to take these side medical drugs that only doctors can prescribe, and they sell it on the streets on the side just to cut the weight like women do. You could do it. But in the long run, you won't know how to keep the weight off once you come off those meds because you cheating the game. You're not really putting in the work. Everybody will want to get a little couple steps ahead of everybody else. I guess that pretty much comes into where networking comes in, where you actually hook up with people that you actually know that can actually put you ahead of the game, but you have to take advantage of it. Because this actually goes back to kind of faking it till you make it, or being next to somebody who's really doing it when you ain't doing it, and you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get it done either. So in that case, let's just say you're out rocking like a rock star. You're connected to somebody who's in the, say, rap game. He can rap. He hangs out with other high-profile celebrities, and you're hanging with them. And yeah, you become nice, close friends, and he takes you everywhere, and he introduces you to the other celebrities that he meets. And when they turn around and go, hey, who's this guy? What does he do? You gonna lie about what you do? Or are you gonna try to fake it, act like you got a couple lyrics, drop a little bit of game, and just try to fit in? And then your time might come to where that person networked and put you up in the spots where, hey, if he raps too, let him get on the verse, man, and let's get him out there too. He's your boy, let's plug him in. And you won't have nothing to say, you won't have a line to drop, you won't have a verse to drop, because you faked it the whole time. So hanging out with somebody who really does it and you don't do it. So what you're doing is cheating yourself and cheating the game. If you have access to a network like that, if you have a friend that's a pro baller, you might want to practice with him and go to the gym with him and put in the same time he does, so you gain some of the skills. Some of that stuff, majority of the time, is like talent that you have to be somewhat born with when it comes to athleticism. But when it comes to brain power, everybody can put it in. Can't nobody sit back and just say, oh, I don't have the mental power for it. I'm not good at math. I never was. Never good at science. Like, you're just too lazy. That's why you never found out if you were actually good enough. And you're trying to cheat the game by just hanging in there and just surviving. And what you're doing is, as you become older, you're actually cutting yourself because you don't really have the skills. You fake the skills. You used to hang out with people who did it, so you tell old stories. Let me give you an example. You're trying to fake it till you make it, so you want to get the car. You had a decent job that's about $25 an hour, came from, you used to make $15 an hour. So it's a nice life improvement, but you actually, now you get the car and you can actually afford, let's just say, the Mercedes. It's 2024 and you're able to afford the 2020 Mercedes, or even let's just say you came up and you actually got good credit, you can get a 2024. You're driving around the C-Class now, and now you're looking like it. You're looking like the part, you fit in, you're able to get the girls, you're looking like people might respect you, they give you more props because you look like you're part of the gang now. That's actually a higher level when it comes to income. But let's just say 4 or 5 years go down the line, you're still paying the car payment, you don't own the car yet, check engine light comes on, the car breaks down. Can you really afford a Mercedes alternator? Can you really afford to change the brakes on a Mercedes, knowing that it's not like a regular Honda or Toyota, and now you got to change the brake sensors and everything that comes with it? So it's not a $150 job anymore, it's an $800 job. But guess what? You still have the $20 job that barely could afford the car payment. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you're faking it till you make it, but you really didn't make it because you're missing those other elements because you look the part, but you really don't know the part. So you don't have the knowledge. You can't talk the part because you didn't gain the knowledge. You didn't put in the work to learn it. So you didn't turn in the learning part. So when it comes down to it, you're just a guy that has a car that really can't afford it. You're able to get it, but let's rewind it back. If you really lay out the numbers, I mean, the guy at McDonald's, if he's not paying rent and still lives at his mom's, it makes it to a little higher shift lead and actually can make the money. Or it could be a manager, but the fact that he doesn't have any bills or anything, where it goes, he can afford the Mercedes too. So are you really special at that point? That's why don't cheat yourself. Put in the work, network, get your body right, take all the small steps, because that way, in the long run, you're actually ahead of the game because you have the experience. Was when everybody falls off, because everybody falls off, you don't stay wealthy forever. You might have that good job 10 years and get fired. Who knows? You have to be prepared for that. Because especially when you work with somebody else, nothing's guaranteed. Your health's not guaranteed. The location's not guaranteed. That company's not guaranteed. Their revenue might fall, and then you might go from manager to scratch forklift driver all again for another company. So at the same time, if you don't have the work ethic, if you don't have the work experience, if you were to fall off, you can pick yourself right back up real quick. And that's the whole point of not cheating yourself and not, I guess you would say, valuing the cheat code so much. There's quick steps that you can go around, and people can give you shortcuts, as in being not as steps ahead of the game, but shortcuts being that you avoid the mistakes that they did, so you don't get the setback. So without the setback, you are getting ahead, but trying to cheat yourself and trying to say, like an example, like taking the steroids or taking the Ozempic or whatever it is for your body, and you're getting ahead of the person who's really eating healthy and putting in the work every day, 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah, you might look like you guys are on the same level, but at the end of the day, like I said, when you run off those actual shots and stuff like that you're actually taking, you actually be falling apart while the other guy's still going. So what you want to do is just make sure to not throw yourself off by valuing that cheat code so much, and value more the game, and not overwhelm and consume yourself. It's a long journey in life. Even if you're 30 or 40 or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The fact that once you start, the consistency is what builds up and then gets you more there to where you can get yourself up to own. Let's just give an example of 5 cars, and your best cars could be, let's just say, a Mercedes Beamer, or maybe you even got like the newer model Tesla or something like that, and you don't have to drive it every day because you can afford to, and put wear and tear on the other vehicles. You know why? Because you put in the work and you stacked your money and you got it right, and now you know that the high value car that you're actually trying to show off and keep in shape and keep the value on it is actually, you don't have to drive it because it's just sitting now, because you understand the value and what it takes to maintain the vehicle. You're not overspending the money and just doing it just for the looks. You drive it at the right time when it needs to be driven. So learn to not cheat the code. Learn to gain love and respect for the game, and not cutting yourself short. Because if you cut yourself short, you're cutting yourself the knowledge and the experience which we need in life, because that's all the point of having an OG, being older, being able to teach your family, teach your kids life experience. But if you took shortcuts the whole way and they run into a problem, you're not going to be able to help anybody. And if you're just in it for yourself, then what is the point of living? Because you can't leave a legacy behind. You're not leaving anything behind that's advancing yourself. You haven't learned nothing in your life to teach somebody else, to get them ahead, to get your family ahead, get your name across, and get it one step ahead of yourself. Stop thinking about 5 steps and worry about that 1 step. So the next one, check out this banger right here on the left. It's going to tell you how to get yourself restarted at